Hey guys, what's up? It's Deniz from this World of Bodybuilding. Today I want to talk about Josh Lenartowicz. I don't know where he has his cultural origins, but I think he's like from Poland or somewhere. I would guess that because of his name, or Czech Republic, I don't know. But this is just a guess, I didn't research it. Let's come to the topic. Do you remember the year 2018 where Josh basically skipped the competitive side of professional bodybuilding to, of course, to rest, to grow, but mainly he didn't have a sponsor that would support him with competing, so he didn't, as I saw it, he didn't have the money and the support to do a professional prep with early season and late season, okay, like Arnold's and Olympia stuff. And this year he came back and competed, and people, of course, I think like him. I think he's a likable guy. He seems to be such a guy. And what's even better is, and one of the reasons he can compete probably without any problems this year, is that he found a sponsor. And with sponsors, you always see bodybuilders having like 5-6 sponsors, and they're having like a sponsor for everything they do, like clothes and things like that. But I don't know at this level, but there are just so many bodybuilders who just get, for example, a couple of gym clothes every month, and that's their sponsor, so they're not making any money off it, but they're still having them as a sponsor. Or those meal fit, the meal replacement, the meal preparation, the meal, you know what I mean, the meal prep companies that seems to be popular among bodybuilders, and especially, of course, among sponsored bodybuilders who don't have to pay for that. Because imagine that, like $10 for a portion, and you eat 6 times a day, that's $60 a day. Let's say even 50 would be expensive if you add that up to a week or to a month and things like that. And the only people I know that are really using this service consistently every day are the guys who are sponsored by them, and they're doing it, I think, probably most of the time in their off season, where they can afford to do it, so to say. And at their prep they have their meal plans, which are probably a little bit different. You know what I mean? It's just a secure and conservative type of thing. If bodybuilders are like, okay, in the preparation I want to do my own stuff, and I want to 100% be sure that this and this and this is in it. Okay, you probably got it. But like I said, congrats to Josh to getting that sponsor, Black Skull USA. They're also sponsors of Lee Priest. They were sponsors, they maybe still are, of Lex Wheeler, so they're not an unknown brand. And he also, the great thing, of course, and the more great thing for fans is, of course, that he is qualified for the Olympia 2019 because he got first place at the Big Man weekend, and that's great. So he competed here at the Big Man Weekend Pro and got first place and got qualified for the Olympia. So we'll see. And by the way, if you want to have side information, when Josh did his off year and was like doing coaching stuff to save some money up and things like that, I messaged him through Instagram to do an interview, but he was one of the few guys, top pros, that really answered back. It was a decline, but he answered back. That's not bad too, but sadly he declined. I have to say, generally, and this is not a rant, I get it when guys like Josh, who are top pros, are not looking to spend their time with such small channels like I am, but I think they miss out a chance, definitely, because even if my channel is small, having a bigger athlete on the channel with a great title and great questions will definitely bring a significant amount of viewers, and that will of course push the athlete's brand, because most of the athletes have their own clothing brand and things like that, their own companies where they offer services or products. So I think they're dumb. And I know smaller bodybuilders, they're all like, I don't know, okay? Most of them decline. The only guys I got to interview, of course I didn't message every bodybuilder, but were Greg Valentino, Dave Palumbo, Jerry Brainham, those three, and Joe Pietaro of Muscle Sport Mag, of course. And I think all of them were great interviews who got great views, and I think every party benefited from it. So I say it's sad, of course, for me, but it's also not the best decision for the athlete, because they only would have take 30 minutes out of their daily regimen and to Skype. But that's a side information. I hope you're doing fine. I hope Josh will this year. He was a top 10 Olympian, like he wrote in his bio on Instagram. And write in the comments if I talk a little stuff besides, I always try, when things like that happen, Josh gets first. Every bodybuilding outlet says it. So it's not magic to do a video where you say one sentence and you say Josh won, he's qualified for the O. So to be more individual and to mark yourself as a brand and as a human being, I always try, if I have something to say closing around it, I try to do it. If you're liking it, write it in the comments, give the video a thumb up, that I know that you appreciate it. If you're annoyed by it, write in the comments too, no problem. So he got 9th at the 2017 Olympia. He beat Cedric McMillan and Lionel Bayeki. I think, of course, if Cedric would be in shape, he probably would beat Josh this year too. But it's more realistic that he won't be in shape and Josh will beat him. And Lionel the same game. So I think the chances are high that he will get a placement that's around the same. I would say top 10 if nothing dramatically happens, of course. Phil Heath seems like not to compete this year at Olympia. I still have to research up on that. What are the facts behind it? I heard it many times out of big outlets. So that would slide him up one spot. But other than that, I don't think that he will beat other guys above him if all are in equal shape, which is not always guaranteed. So have a nice weekend. The weekend ended, of course. We'll talk. Subscribe to my channel. Bye.